Hey, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kwakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who are taught me this truth. I want to give it peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and rest of life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord, when the video is edifying, Lord, when I can get something from this video. Just a quick video here. In my news feed, this had popped up, and obviously, we look for news, a part of being vigilant and being circumspect and being sober, right? And being, just having your eyes on that watch is looking for certain different things. So therefore, you can line them up, or looking for certain different things in history. So therefore, you can line them up with prophecy. Okay? Not only to edify yourself, but edify the elect, because that's indeed our job. Okay, Lord willing, I'd be one of those men. Okay, now obviously, this article had popped up, and I wanted to make a quick video on it because certain things was said to come before Yahweh Shai comes. Okay, and there's certain things that we look for, that we've been told to look for, upon his return. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. This is a news article on Newsweek. It says U.S. on verge of war, retired colonel warns. Okay, which we've been known that. We've obviously been saying that. We obviously been seeing that just throughout the years, but here upon more recent, with the attack in Israel, versus Palestine. Okay, so with that, obviously, you're going to see more conflict between these different nations, and you're going to see more news on these nations backing these two particular groups, whether it's America, whether it's, Iran, whether it's Russia, whether it's China, right? Which all of these things as far as war are prophesied in the scriptures. Okay. Now, let me get this. It says, retired United States Army Colonel Douglas McGregor, a former Trump administration Defense Department advisor, has warned that the U.S. military is on the brink of sparking Armageddon. Okay, Armageddon, right? Now, it says in an opinion article titled Avoiding Armageddon, which I want to comment on that really quick. You're not going to be able to avoid Armageddon. Okay, because it's said to happen. Okay, scriptures talk about that. 2 woes is past. Here just one more woe, right? Scriptures also talking about, these nations fighting Yahweh Shai. Scriptures also talk about, the Lord's judgment over there in the Middle East. Okay, so these things are surely going to come to pass, right? Now, obviously, right, Esau, with war, obviously he's a man of war, but seeing that he's being weakened by the power of these other nations. And what I mean by that is that these other nations have the same capability. And if they don't have the capability, then the bigger nations that back these nations have the same, warlike tactics or machines or guns or bombs, nukes, whatever you want to call them, or whatever method of war they want to use is equivalent to the U.S. Okay, so therefore, U.S. is not the big bully on the block anymore. These other nations are now fighting and pushing back and saying different things, chanting, I'm not going to say it, but chanting, what they're chanting as far as America. And the reason why I'm not going to say it is because I don't want the video to be flagged, and I don't want, this devil, just with seeing everything that's going on in the body talking about spies and all that. I don't want to bring any, ill name, upon myself or upon, GMS. Okay. Because like the brother said in that video, brothers watch what you say. Brothers watch what you say as far as, because they're going to use things and try to make us look like a terrorist group, basically is what I'm saying. Okay. It says, It says, where was that? Oh, right here. It says, in an opinion article titled Avoiding Armageddon, published by the American Conservative earlier this week, McGregor argued that the stage is now set for a battle of annihilation, right? Which indeed, it is going to be a battle of annihilation because, like I said earlier, these other nations have nukes as well. They have the same capabilities that America has, right? And they're backed by, if they don't have it, then they're backed by people that do have it or countries that do have it, right? So seeing this, right, you got Edomites scared because guess what? Your rulership is going to go down, right? This would be the war that end all wars, man. Your rulership is going to go down, man. Simple as that, right? Or it's going to be overturned. It's going to be brought low, brought down, brought to naught. Okay, and this is prophesied in the scriptures, right? It says, but yeah, indeed, you've had your chance to rule. You've had your chance to, do the bullshit that you've done, right? But scriptures talk about, and you can read it in Daniel where it says that, after this, basically after this rulership, then here comes the kingdom, which should never be overthrown, right? And that's what we look forward to. That's what we're preaching and teaching about, okay? But it's events and series that lead up to that, okay? It says, in an opinion article titled Avoiding Armageddon, published by the American Conservative earlier this week, McGregor argued that the stage is now set for a battle of annihilation. In the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, he warns that the U.S. was poised to stumble into the conflict and urged President Joe Biden to break with the ruling political class in Washington and support a ceasefire. With American offshore naval power, Washington is certainly poised to stumble into the conflict if it widens, but the use of American naval power will not end it, McGregor wrote. The Biden administration should consider taking the lead in supporting a ceasefire, even if it means cooperating with the Turks, Egyptians, and the Russians to secure the arrival of humanitarian aid. And there will be no ceasefire. There will be no putting this off, right? There will be no tail tucking. And even if your tail is tucked, that doesn't mean that prophecy is not going to come to pass. Okay, this is Revelation 9:12. It says, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more after. Right? You have World War I, you have World War II, right? You have World War III. Okay? Let me see if I could grab this. Whoa, past. Right here, this is one I want. This is Revelation 11 and 14. Now, obviously, going into Revelation, the 11 chapters, another video for another time. But just to get to the point, it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right? So the second woe is past, Second World War. Right? The third woe cometh quickly, which were upon, this is the third woe. That third world war is what it is. Okay? It's what it is, man. Now, when we go here, well, before I do that, let's get this. Wars, rumors of wars. So I can. This is Matthew 24:6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation, this is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, for nation shall rise against nation. That's what you're seeing. And you're going to see more of it. Right now, you're really seeing the tip of the iceberg of it. You know what I mean? But because there's way more to come as far as destruction or as far as war than what's happening now. And that's why brothers are saying, watch what you say. Watch what, because you don't want to be linked to, they try to link us to, some bullshit, man. Okay, which we're not. Right? We're not linked to none of that, man. We're not linked to no brothers are not terrorist groups, man. We're not a terrorist group. We're prophets of the Lord, man. Teaching or preaching his word. Okay? Simple as that. Right? We not linked to none of the bullshit. None of that. We're not linked to any of the bullshit. Okay? It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, which, obviously, there are earthquakes, and talks of just a couple months ago it was an earthquake, right? But a couple months from now, a couple weeks from now, is going to be more earthquakes, right, in different places, okay? But these are the signs and the times that we were told to look for, right? As far as wars, rumors of wars, just destruction upon the earth, upon the Lord's return, man, right? So again, when we hear about articles and we see articles that we can link prophecy up with, right? Obviously, it's our duty and our job to bring it out just to edify the flock, okay? And I want to say this again, man, because the agent shit is going around and the elders have been making videos about that. Brothers are not linked to any violent terrorist groups, any like the dude with the two guns and whatever the fuck he was doing or whatever. I've never met that guy. Brothers, they never met that guy. We don't have anything to do with that guy. We don't have anything to do with people like that guy. Okay? Look at that. Where is it at? 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. So yeah, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay? Not carnal. There's nothing that, listen, man, right now, man, we just, we're prophets, man. Okay? Scriptures say be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, right? A harmless man is not finna take up arms. A harmless man is not linked to any any groups, man. I ain't gonna even say the T word, but any groups, we use the scriptures, man, and we abide by them to the best of our abilities, and we follow them to the best of our abilities, because it's instruction on the things that we need to be doing now, right? Agents and spies and all that, that was warned. Apostles, this is not the first time they even mentioned that, right? It's not the first time that they mentioned that, but like I said in the video yesterday, Hebrews 10:31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. So if you are doing, or an agent, or if you are, here for any other purpose except for righteousness, or you have any other agenda that you're looking to fulfill, the Lord is going to deal with you, man. Okay? The Lord is going to deal with you, because you're not fighting men. You're fighting the Lord ultimately, because scripture says this is of men that will come to naught, right? You're no different than the story of Balak and Balaam, right? Which there was nothing that they can do against the children of the Most High, against Israel, right? Now, there's nothing that you guys can do to the Lord's elect in a 1/3. Can't pluck him out of his hand, man. Cannot do it. Okay? And if you think you could do that, you're carnal. And the Lord got a judgment for you, man. Okay? So with that, Lord, the video is edifying. Lord willing, I got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakwa Kadash. I want to tell you, brothers, to keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.